Hello everyone, welcome to this new video which is going to be about water droplets and the support. The context is just a simple leaf. So let's start with the leaf. I'm going to be fast with the leaf. I just made something that vaguely resembles vegetal cells. I spent more time rather on the droplets, the actual droplets. I'm just going to remake exactly what I've done before. I like to start by using the waveform, and usually the number of samples can be decreased a little bit, the size max also, and you want only one wave, not two, so wave number 1. You want to decrease the noise at the maximum, and we just need a pattern. This one, for example, pattern 9 is good enough. So now by decreasing the size max, we can find something close to this shape. So the size max in this instance was 32. So okay, let's do it. Great. Now I just want to make this vertical, even if it doesn't really matter actually. But okay, let's follow along. Let's do it. Then I just want to combine this with another shape to make a better tip, and I want to get rid of this part here. So you can connect your shape to a blend node and actually play with the cropping area and adjust it like this, for example. And then you can put here the tip, the rounded tip that you want. So how did I do that? I just chose a simple shape, a disk, and modified it a little bit like this. It's a bit more elongated. I just changed its length a little bit, its ratio. Okay, let's do it. Shape, disk, transform. We're going to put this here with a max Layton. What is the scale that I chose? Okay, 0.29. We can run this up to 0.3, I guess. And we want to, to make this a bit more oval. Let's center it, so you don't want any offset. Okay, for example, something like this is good enough. Okay, then here what I've done is just I blurred it a little bit because as you can see I have like a discontinuity. It's not a fluid line, so I just blurred it and clamped it again. I don't really need to do this in this instance. Well, maybe because we have aliasing, but it comes from the waveform. Sorry. Let me click on this one. Okay, so I can simply increase the samples. Yeah. Now it's better and it doesn't really change the processing time of this one. So we're fine, and yeah, this way I don't even need to produce this step here. So this is our base leaf shape. Okay, let's move on. Next step is to create a little ridge in the middle. We are working now on the height. Blend this leaf with a multiply blending mode and blur to decrease the value on the edges, like this. I think we can increase the blur even more. Let's try 20. Okay. What value did I use here? 40. Let's go with 40. And here I use the directional warp with a purlin. Okay, so I just changed, just compressed vertically the leaf, which is kind of nice because it's not just a line. As you can see, it decreases in value on the tip, top and bottom, then a blur, then a directional warp just to make it not too perfect. Okay, I see. Let's do it. So I guess we want to subtract this. We need a transform. I'm sure we're gonna need to not make this tile. No offset. Make it even smaller. Okay, something like that should be good enough. That's nice. Then I think I blurred it a little bit. Just a little. Let's try 0.2 for now. And I used the directional warp. Just to give some vague waviness. Okay. Maybe it's too strong. Can decrease the intensity on the directional warp. Let's try this. Okay. Can always decrease the vertical size. Okay. Guess I blurred it way much more than that. Yeah. Well, I think I have to be faster for this leaf because we don't want to spend too much time on it. It's not very important. Just want to change the height aspect a little bit. So no tiling, blur. For example, yeah. So cool. Okay, yeah, I guess we could go on to make the cells. We need the noise. I guess we use the noise here. Yeah, but this one has a different scale. Okay, no problem. Yeah, let's make this the color pass actually for the leaf, and then we move on to the normal, the roughness. Oops, sorry, I should give a value. I think you can go down to 16 by 16 for a uniform color. I'm not sure that the ambient occlusion serves any kind of purpose. I really don't think so. Yeah, we don't need ambient occlusion because we have the opacity and then the height. Okay, nice. So what did I do for the leaf cells? Okay, I'm using a cells one, which I invert, use this as use the Slopberg rescale to create this kind of vegetation cells and drop it on the leaf with add linear dodge. Okay, we can make something like this. So it was sales 1, invert slope block grayscale. Okay, cool. Invert slope blur. And the slope blur, I think, is driven by the purlin. Be nice. I think I'm going to keep that. And we said add linear dodge. Okay, nice. Should be very, very subtle. Point 13. Okay, let's go with 0.1. Doesn't really matter at this point, as I said before. Then we want to multiply, yeah, we want another effect. So it's going to be a non-uniform directional warp with a clouds 2, and as the warp angle, the sales 1. Okay, why not? Let's try. So we said non-directional, non-uniform directional warp grayscale. I guess it's, yeah, as the warp angle, we want the sales 1, we want the clouds 2 as the intensity input. Okay, great. Okay, nice. What is the value for the non-uniform, the intensity value? 3. Okay, let's make it 3 then. Yeah, because we don't really want the circles. Yeah, it's more like bubbles, and if you go too high, you're gonna see circles, almost perfect circles that are created. So just bubbles like this. Okay, nice. Okay, next step and last step for the texture color is just a slope blur grayscale, this time with a cells 3. And the purlin goes in as the slope. Okay. Of course, feel free to play with those kind of effects. That's the way we can learn some interesting things. And as the slope, yeah, I was talking, so I don't remember. Cells 3 and okay. So it's more like it. Cells 3. I guess I used the invert. Hmm. $92 max. Okay. Okay, cool. Did I use a min darken in this case? Maybe. I don't know. It's kind of okay, I guess. Intensity 4. Add linear dodge. Yeah, okay. The min darken is interesting also. Okay, let's keep it this way. And this is going to our color. So we'll see that later. We can make a frame. So you can also just apply a gradient and find greens and yellows. Let's try to keep it that way. Okay, now it's time to create the droplets. So I just use the paraboloid and the mask here. Here's the mask map input. So it's just a leaf that is blurred. This is done to prevent any of the droplets to go too close from the edges. We don't have any droplets sitting on the edges of the leaf, so the mask can be used in that regard. Okay, so it's just a tile sampler. We can do it. Okay, so yeah, don't have to connect anything except for our mask. So for the mask, we want this shape, the pure white shape. Okay, great. Mask map input, paraboloid as the pattern. I saw that I chose for the X and Y amounts 14 each. That's nice. And you just have to play with the scale. Maybe I will reduce it. Scale random, of course. We can change the position random a little bit. The offset. Yeah, let's try to put our mask into action. And here, yeah, so after the droplets, I also blended some different way for the water to slide on the leaf. Like that. I think it has a little touch of realism. And I just made it with a non-uniform directional warp. So in the inputs, just the droplets. And I think it's simply the Berlin noise. Yeah, okay. 20. No trail length, no trail fade. Okay. Let's try to replicate this. So non-uniform directional warp grayscale. So the droplets as the input and our Berlin noise as the intensity and the warp angle also. Is it okay? Yeah. So it was 20. No trail fade. Max, I think. Okay. Yeah, we have something interesting here. Then, of course, I want to blend this. So I'm going to put it in the foreground with the droplets. So max lighten. Obviously, I don't want all of this here. I just want this one maybe. So you can just adjust the cropping area. Okay. So now we have our droplets and a variant of droplets. I think it's time to plug this. Let's use a base material to test what we've just done. Okay, let's go for the base color and the normal. and replace. Okay, so yeah, we don't want it to be metallic. So let's do that. Okay, great. So yeah, we can see the basic shape, the basic leaf. We can see the water droplets. And we have a problem here. We see that we have water droplets that sit on the edges, so that's not good, and it comes from the mask. I can simply just increase the threshold. Okay. Okay, that's better. And then maybe play with the rotation, because I don't really like that this one sits right next to this one. If I play with the position random, yeah, doesn't really matter too much. You just have to try it for yourself. You can also adjust size random if you want to have not perfectly circular droplets. Could be interesting. Yeah, to change their form a little bit, like they're sliding on the leaf and they're deforming, of course. You can always go check what I've done with this one in terms of values. 0.7 for the scale. 1 position random 1. Okay. So right now it's way too perfectly organized. 0.7, I think. It's kind of big. Position random 1. Of course, this style sampler is the most critical part of this tutorial. You want to spend some time playing with it. I don't really like when you have droplets that are too close to each other. It can happen, but the way they behave in that case is a little different. Maybe we can use a transform here. Okay, could be nice. This one, it is cut here, so I have to play with the bottom cropping area. Okay, now 0.35. Okay, and if I move this like this way, okay. Well, I just keep it like that. You got the idea. That's all right. Okay, let's move on. Yeah, here I change a little bit the shapes of our paraboloids, just to give like surface tension to the water. So it's just made with the levels node and the blur. And yeah, basically we're just blending the leaf normal with the droplets normal. So yeah, let's do this. This is the leaf normal. This is going to be the leaf normal. The leaf, yeah, this one. Okay, this is the leaf normal. We want a normal blend to blend the leaf normal with the droplets normal. Okay, so far so good. Okay, and we just need a histogram to create a mask for the droplets. Okay, nice. And here are the droplets. And yeah, I was just showing you how to change the way they look on the leaf. So with just a simple levels node and a blur HQ. Okay. So let's do this just before the normal blend. So levels node and a blur. Sorry. I think could do something like this. Yeah, the blur goes to the mask, the histogram scan. So yeah, we have to work on it a little bit. Not too much. What I'm after actually is just to flatten the droplets. What value did I use for the blur? 0.2. Yeah, because we want a clear and clean limits demarcation. Let's try 0.2. Very nice. Okay, it's going to be all right like that. So I guess that our normal is done, which is very nice. Okay. Yeah, all of this is done. So this is the normal. Yeah, I'm putting a frame here, but it's not our graph exactly. It's not where we are walking right now. What about creating the roughness now? It's a very important step to really sell it. So the roughness, we have two steps. First step, so it's just to subtract from the leaf the droplets. And then we want to subtract like a bit larger area, very blurry, to just convey the idea that we have wetness around the droplets. Okay, so that's the plan. So this is ours. We want now to make the roughness. So now it's perfectly mirrory. Let's start with the leaf. I'm gonna invert it. Use the histogram range to control the levels a little bit. And I want to subtract the water droplets from it. I want a clean subtract so I can take the mask that I used for blending the normals. Okay, good start actually. Don't really like the roughness that I've done just now for the leaf. Maybe it's because the technique that I employed here is actually better with the normal to height HQ. Invert. I'm going to try this. It's always a good idea actually to derive your roughness from the normal. So yeah, let's try this. Normal to 8 HQ, so we want only the leaf normal, obviously. And I kind of, yeah, I want to just checking something. Okay, that's nice. Want to push the quality high. So this is our base. I'm gonna to invert it. Histogram range. Okay, you also have to change to check the normal intensity of your droplets and the leaf. So for the leaf, I had a normal intensity of almost 10, which can give much more information, and 2 for the water droplets. Okay, this is important. So yeah, now we have something very well defined. It's not, once again, it's not very important. What is important is the way the droplets are drawn to the leaf. I think the ridge, the middle ridge, center ridge is too big actually. I'm going to decrease it once again. I'm just tweaking things, so yeah, you can do it on your own. It's not going to change a lot of detail. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Let's say that we have our roughness. Yeah, we can always add the wetness area around the droplets, as I showed you before. So it's just a blurred levels, a auto level and a levels to control it more, and a subtract. Okay. So we want to blur our droplets. Maybe not as much. Let's try with the auto levels and see what it does. Yeah, it's too much. So that's why I use the levels afterwards. Just to, yeah. I think that's good enough for me right now. And then I would like to have a height. The height is actually made only with a histogram range and a blur and a auto levels, and we have a height. So let's do this, yeah. Yeah, okay. So we know that our height is here. We just want to, let's say, blur it to have nice edges, no stretching, no nothing. we don't want the droplets to be also in the height information, because yeah, you could try. That's what I had here, and I just deleted it. You could try to have your droplets, but I don't know. Height position, height range. It doesn't really do anything. Or maybe it's because I don't have an opacity map. So yeah. Let's create an opacity. Yeah, I don't have it here. Okay, but that's fine. Um, so I'm gonna plug the gradient, the color. Okay, nice. The normal, which is here. Then the roughness, which is here. We don't need the metallic map. The opacity, we'll see it later. And the height. It's easier, we can always use auto levels to crank the whites up a little bit. Very cool. And then the opacity should be somewhere already, or maybe not. Yeah, I'm just gonna use a histogram scan with the height. Perfect. Now I want to compute the node's thumbnails. And here we have our very imperfect leaf with water droplets. Obviously, we would need time to polish different things, polish the colors, polish the wetness area here. This is too much. Okay, so as we can see, I wasn't really satisfied with the way the droplets appear. It's like they kind of blend with the leaf color. It's just because we don't have enough color information, we don't have enough contrast, and that's why this color path is more interesting. It's more vivid and it works way better. We can see through the droplets, we can see the veins. So we really have this impression of translucency, which is very important in our case. So yeah, to get a proper color map, actually, I had to find the right values here in the leaf color path, especially with the opacity for each blend nodes. So I just made exactly what I did here, used the same opacity values, and now I have much more balanced color paths. So I have details everywhere, which is nice. So we can actually see through the droplets, we can actually see the color details beneath. 0.39 level in mid. So yeah, you can maybe try the same on your side. 0.39. Yeah, it's more flattened. And let's try other lighting scenarios. Yeah, I think it's okay. It's really a matter of lighting also. The color path is extremely important, obviously, but the lighting also. In this case, I didn't put the droplets into the height map, but you could try it on your side, see how it feels. Yeah, it's kind of convincing here with this lighting. This is a delicate technique, actually, even though it's quite simple to understand. You just need to put your droplets into the normal, the roughness, and that's it. You don't need to color the droplets. Well, yeah, it was not so simple after all, and but I wish you learned some tricks, and I'll see you next time with another tutorial again. Thanks for watching, bye bye.